Hello, everyone. So I'm beginning a review of my watch list and my stop loss that was just hit. I'll begin with a look at the Nifty chart. And if you notice that there's been a big drop in the last 2 days, but today there's been a climb back up. And this resistance, 17,609, was broken and went down, and it's trying to go back up. And if you notice, the 20-period moving average looks like it's being respected. So let's see what happens, okay? So right now, the price of Nifty is above the 20, and the 20 is above the 200, but the 60 is still way below. All right, let's see what happens. Remember, the all-time high of Nifty kind of looms here as well, and here's another resistance. So just keep an eye on Nifty as well, which shows the overall trend of the markets. Now I go to my stop loss that was hit. And so here is JSW Steel, all-time high is up there. Originally, I had my stop loss down here, which actually would have been a better stop loss. But then when I saw the bullish trend moving forward, I kind of went that direction, and I jumped on it, and I moved my stop loss further up, and that's what caused this stop loss to hit. So in retrospect, should I have done that? Actually, the answer is no. I probably should have left the stop loss right over here where I originally had it, but it made a drop. And let me just look at the amount of loss that I made. I believe it was only about 500 and something. And yeah, so my loss was about 500 or so. So it wasn't a great, it wasn't a huge loss. So nothing to worry about. And my amount that I had put into JSW Steel also was not very large. So nothing to worry. Small loss of about 500 rupees. Okay. So the amount that was in there, I this morning itself, I reinvested that into Great Eastern Shipping. Okay, so that amount I've reinvested most of it, or almost all of it, into Great Eastern Shipping, which was on a move like this. So my stop loss for this one is right here. And so if this moves up, and I'm going to wait and see what happens the rest of this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And if I see this, so there's two possibilities. It can move up today and then up again, and sometimes 2 or 3 days. So when you have a consolidation, a sideways move like this for several days, and you'll notice a particular resistance and a particular support area below that. So I was watching this every day, and as soon as it broke out, I'm looking to see what happens next. Sometimes you may get 2 or 3 days of an upward movement, and then again a sideways. See this? So there was 2 days of upward movement. Let me move this up. See, 2 days of upward movement, and then several days sideways. 2, 3 days of upward movement, several days going sideways. So let's see if that trend repeats. 2 or 3 days of going up and then sideways again. So if it goes up 2 or 3 days, or one more day, and then begins a sideways move, then I will move my stop to here. My stop loss would be here, and then I may, wait again to move it above my entry. Okay. And that's what I'm looking at right now. And so JSW Steel is now going to be maybe off my watch list. I don't know, but I see the move up again. I'm waiting for this to come back, and it's moving up again. So, it might be worth another entry. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Steel stocks have been doing well. And so let's see if that's worth a re-entry. Then Bank of Baroda is the next one that I'm looking at. And Bank of Baroda, you'll see that there was this was my entry, and I've moved my stop above my entry. So now I'm in the profit range. But I could have sold once I got to this top level here because I observed this channel pattern. So because of this channel pattern, I could have just, I could have just, yeah, here it is. You notice this? Okay. I want you to observe this. So there's some sideways movement, but upward, sideways, upward like this. So two ways you can do it. You can enter and then just stay and ride out this entire trend all the way up. Now that maybe it'll take longer to make profits like that. And some people do that. It's kind of a trend following. Or what you can do is you can get in at the bottom of the swing and get in and get out at the top. So if I had thought of that, I could have gotten out here, but I was just kind of waiting and seeing what happened. So let's see. Let's see if the 20 period moving average is respected and if it breaks out of this. Okay. All right. So technically, this entry might not have been the greatest entry, but let's see what happens now. ITC is the next one that I had in the previous month made about 10,000 rupees on ITC, and I re-entered the trade, and so my stop loss is right down here. Now I'm waiting and watching and seeing if, and now it broke out of this. You see this channel pattern that I was drawing, okay? And it kind of broke out of that already. But then all of a sudden there was a resistance here. So I'm waiting to see what happens with this, this consolidation stage. Will it break out or break down? That's what I want to observe. If it breaks out and continues to move up, then my stop would be brought to this level here, okay? All right, that's ITC. Next one, we go to Power Grid, and Power Grid also, since I added more, my entry comes down just below the stop. Before my entry was down here. Now I added more funds, and then the average entry goes above. And see, again, there's a sideways trend, consolidation. So I'm trying to see if it will break out of that, okay? But then that also, there is a channel pattern. Let's see, is there a channel pattern there? Let's look at that. I'm kind of in a hurry, so that's why I'm not able to take much time on this. Okay, that's Power Grid. There is a channel pattern. You'll see that. So I entered somewhat at the bottom of the channel pattern. I want to see. Now, if it goes straight up like this, it may take a while. I could get out at the all-time high, or I can see if it breaks out and get out of this channel pattern. Okay, these are both possibilities. And let's see, if I go to where my entry is, see, that'd be 20% up to this top, all-time high, it'd be about 14.5%. All right. Next one is NTPC. Again, another channel pattern. Look at that. Okay, look at that nice move. All right. So again, you can follow this entire trend, or you can take one of these swings going up. Okay, here my entry was here, about halfway, and so I'm still observing. And I want you to look carefully. The stock was above the 20 was above the 60 was above the 200. But now, so this is where I got in, and there was an upward movement, but then it began to consolidate. So I'm waiting, and 2-3 days, it was a downward trend. But look what happened. The 20 period was respected. Let's see what happens, how today closes, okay? And if it continues to go up and go above this support, this resistance level, okay? And then just a few more and I'll stop here. There's a whole bunch below, but I don't want to take that much time. M&M, all right, Mahindra and Mahindra, again, look at that nice channel pattern being respected, the 20 above the stock, above the 20 all this time, except for the last few days. But the 20 looks like it's respected. And now I don't know if M&M was stopped out on my stocks. I don't know. I need to check. When I saw this, it looks like it's so close to my stop. I'm not sure. I need to check. But anyway, you'll see what happens. The 20 above the 60 and the 60 above the 200, showing a nice uptrend. Another way to look at these uptrends, see the highs. are higher, higher, and higher. The lows are higher, higher, and higher. See, higher lows. So these are all different ways of determining the trend. So it's an upward trend, and you can ride it out. All right, but be willing to take some time and be patient. REC Limited is another one where the stock is above the 20. The 20 is above the 200. See that? And the 660, the 60 is still way below. Now, this is one where I had entered way up there and I made the losses, okay? But I've not been stopped out. I put the stop loss here, thinking that if it goes any further below, I want to be out of there, okay? And then Kotak Bank, same thing. Kotak Bank, IOC, Manappuram, Zomato, all of these. I'm in a loss, and I'm just kind of waiting. I've not sold out any of these yet. Okay, thank you. If you have questions, please leave the questions in the comments below. If you appreciate these and learning from these, let me know in the comments below. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye now.